So, we were about to join another, like, major political battle. um, I think once a couple of people are here, I might talk about some of the stuff I talked about last night, because I do have some clarifying thoughts on some of the story stuff that happened. Um, like, I like streaming because, like, talking to people live can be about some of this stuff can be interesting, and, like, I like trying to break those down in real time and trying to make my thought process a bit better and forcing myself to do that by conveying it on stream. But I still haven't quite gotten the hang of, like, really putting together, like, a final kind of, okay, this is my thought on this before we move on. Like, I tend to just tail off with, like, the last thing that occurs to me, and then it's like, okay, I've got a complete thing in my head, but I don't really vocalize that entire thought. Just, like, the last bit that I pieced together. But we'll see how we go. I'll at least get this first quest going, and then talk about it, but... That place was a sanctuary, right? Yeah, left the sanctuary. Good. I did, like, walk off because I noticed this area wasn't one. And I was just hoping that I did just not pay attention last night. Thank you all for coming. Oh, thank you all for coming and for offering to fight with us in the Naadam. Though I still fear our chances are grim, I am grateful for your assistance. To be recognized as warriors of the Mole, there is a trial you must overcome, of course. But before we speak of such things, there is another more pressing matter. Yay. 1 extra magic damage. Nice. Alright, what's up? Warriors welcome. Serena would impress upon you the gravity of the path you walk. My friends, I must warn you, the path upon which you embark is fraught with peril. You will journey unto the far reaches of the steppe to confront a terrible foe, as did the warrior Naadam in days of yore. 3 days he battled with the demon ere he returned to his people. So it is written, so it must be. Many who follow in his footsteps perish, lacking in strength of body and mind. Therefore, we must treat you to a great feast. Have I said something strange? The hungry fox staring at the bull testicles. Therefore, warriors should be well fed on the eve of battle. That's a saying. She does have a point. You have been keeping busy in my absence. A brief repast? Is that how you say that? Never heard that before. A meal. Really? Hang on.
Repast.
Yeah. Funeral repast. The quantity of food taken or provided for one occasion of eating. Oh, okay. Huh. There you go. A brief repast may be in order, lest we collapse of fatigue and malnourishment in the midst of our trial. Yes, just so. However, it will take time to prepare. Is there anything we can do to help? It might also give us a chance to learn more about your people and their ways. Well, if you insist, I'm sure that the others would be glad of your assistance. Would you go and speak with, Dorbay, Lise? As for you three, you can help me with another task. For today's feast, the gods decreed that we lure Gulo Gulo to slaughter with entrails. Perhaps you could be the ones to do this? That your people look to the gods for guidance, I understand, but in your daily meals? I say, your grandmother must be quite busy. Oh, hey, newest girl. Sick today. Oh, that sucks. I hope you're okay. I hope you're doing okay and not majorly sick. Some days more than others, but every night we come together around the cook fire. Even babes must earn their keep on the step. Give over the entrails. Oh, give over the entrails, Serena. We will bring you a bounty of meat. Head cold. Now, yeah, those suck. Why are we killing them with entrails? Strange. But I guess if the gods decree it, then... So yeah, a quick thing, just because this quest thing is clearly not far away. So one thing to clarify about Xenos is, I thought he was a bit more gung-ho about just having a good fight. But it's very clear from that scene with Yotsuyu that, no, he is, because I did mention that, like, oh, I actually like him as a villain. I'm actually going to walk that back, because he definitely looks for a fight, but that's not the reason he's, like, out there looking for it, right? It's more like, this job is so boring, bleeding this poor country dry. If it was at least fighting back, I could have a good time. Like, he doesn't... It's not that he's, like, super focused on the fight. It's just, like, being the head of this, incredibly powerful and oppressive regime has broadened him to the point that bringing out more suffering from people is the thing that he enjoys. So, yeah. I take it back. It's kind of rote. I would actually prefer it if it was just, like, really straightforward of, like, no, this thing is so boring to me, I just want to fight. Like, I don't care if I bring down my whole empire doing that. I want a damn fight, damn it. Word of advice. Our quarry is wont to avoid the Zayla and their settlements, but it is fond of flowing waters. A thought occurs to me. How about we make a game of it, Aldine? I have 6 bags of entrails with which we may lure our Gulo Gulo. 3 for you, 3 for me. Whoever returns with the greater portion shall be declared the winner. What say you? You don't stand a chance, buddy. Well, I hope. Then it is settled. Gosetsu will stand as witness. Let the game begin. So the more, like, complicated point I wanted to make about stuff that happened yesterday is that the problem I really have with that whole, like, inspiring the villagers, Watchtowers of Mol, interested in seeing your overall take on Stormblood. The Xenos fight in Doma is considered the halfway mark. Okay, halfway. So that's, like, it's like 20 hours in, I think, so another 20 hours before, like, and I'm assuming that's the halfway point of the main story content, not patches or anything like that. And that makes sense, because we kind of hit the level 65 mark at this point. Yeah, not the patches. Yeah. The watchtowers of Mol Ilo are still visible in the distance. It seems unlikely that Gulo Gulo would venture this close. No, we're not going to do that. Like, the reason I don't really like that moment is that it sets up that it needs, like, a huge catalyst to actually be able to get these people on their side, because Yugiri has trouble even convincing them to leave captivity because of the grip that the Empire has on that place. But then all that's needed for Issei to gather up villagers to fight Xenos, or at least, like, protect us, is that we do something incredibly suicidal. Which could be viewed as something that, like, obviously benefits them. Hoofprints and wagon tracks are unmistakable in the earth. Perhaps there are Gulo Gulo lurking by. Sure. I'll try one. Target not in range. Excuse me? Why is the... That's stupid. Why would you let me examine that from... Oh. Okay. Come on, then. So yeah, like, I understand how they got to the point that they're like, oh yeah, well, we can convince high-end now. But I feel like it built up the... Yeah, this tune is really good. I wish I had a quote from Ariane memorized. I hope it's not a spoiler one, because obviously don't repeat that, but... Yeah, like, it felt like it set up that, like, no, we're gonna meet this problem at every turn, and we need some really big thing to actually kind of get people, out of their reverie. But then we just kind of did something really dumb, and the villagers will... And the justification from Issei is that he felt he'd feel bitter if he never did anything. It's really just the catalyst. Like, everything that happens after that isn't so much a problem, because, the whole point then is that, Excuse me? Why didn't that cast the first time? Fuck you. I should hit the other one. Because the whole point following that is that, Wait, was that not worth... Oh. I thought fighting more of them would actually be worth it, but apparently not. There's a closer one up here. From right before you got on the boat to Doma. Oh, right. Yeah, I can't... I would not be able to remember it, but... Yeah, so they established that it's going to be really difficult to kind of convince them, and that you really need to show them that there's hope. But we didn't do that. The things that happen during that battle will spark hope in them, but the thing that gets them there in the first place isn't that. Like, it's not hope. It's just like, well, I'd be stupid if I didn't give it a shot. Which isn't good justification for that, considering that they've lived under the Empire's rule for that long. They know exactly what's going to happen. They'd fucking die, and then the rest of the villagers would get punished. Like, I don't know, it feels like they didn't know how to get that point across. But the thing I suggested in the stream, where it's just like, have Xenos actually approach the village, and we're the only two that end up standing up for it, and then they're all forced to witness that and see that there is hope. Yeah. I really hope that, I hope the point that that's making is made better in the future, because it's going to be even harder to convince me that something like that would spur on the Gurabanians. And anyone looking to take back Alamigo. This appears to be isolated, and yep. Oh, I did actually get 2, but I need to go to 2 points to... Ah, I see. Oh dear. Please do not aggro the elite. Thank you. Oh, I didn't spread dots. Shit, that was dumb. Struggling giving you my thoughts without either spoiling or skewing your expectations for the rest of the way. No, that's fine. Like, I can't expect a lot of that to, like, I can't expect a lot of real feedback on that, other than literally commenting on what I'm talking about, because obviously, like, a lot of people who are probably watching or a lot of people who would be watching, have more context for the rest of the game, and I wouldn't want those people to struggle trying to communicate that or accidentally spoil something for me. So, like, this is really me just, like, talking about it at length, to, like, get my thoughts out, so that when it comes time to actually discuss, like, the whole thing top to bottom, like, I can have more things to say. And I've already done a lot of the legwork establishing what's happened beforehand. Yeah. Shit, you can get 9 from that. Oh. Almost got duked. There's Gosetsu. Hi. Oh, have you used all your bait? In that case, let us see the fruits of your labor. Yeah, it's mostly I want to say stuff and keep the convo going, but also don't want to tip the game's hand before you'd seen it normally. Yeah, I mean, like, if you comment on, like, anything, like, yeah, this is always the roughest and, like, the toughest thing to kind of, like, keep right. And it's why I usually limit myself to, like, reactions to what exactly is happening on the screen, for things like Danganronpa, right? Because that's a game series I played in full, and I still watch people play on stream in that. And one of the tough things is, like, talking about characters as favorites. Because even that can hint someone to, like, you know, there's this unlikable character, but everyone loves them. Does something happen in the future? And, like, even that can set expectations for a character being, like, redeemed or having a really great moment or something like that. So yeah, like, yeah, I appreciate trying to continue the conversation in that, but I have the same problem when I'm on watching streams of stuff I like too, so it's all good. Okay, so I got 6. At least when everyone told you they loved Hushfont, it didn't tip you off. Yeah, right. Well, like, even then, I was kind of like, okay, I'm sure he does stuff in the future, and considering his build-up in ARR, and then, like, how often he appears in Heavensward, I was like, oh, okay, I can see that, like, you know, he's the one that basically gets us into the city. Sure, we'd probably tag along with him a fair bit. Like, obviously, it didn't tip me off to what happens, but, yeah, there's plausibility there in, like, okay, I can see why people like this character. Whereas if he had just gotten us into this city and disappeared, I'd be like, wait, why do people like this character? He just disappeared for half of it. That would be, yes, the incident. In a situation like that, right? And that's why it's so hard. That's why it's so hard to talk about, because some people have different impressions of characters, and then it can easily be like, you know, like, let's say someone really didn't like Haoshifeng and just knew that everyone liked him, and it's like, well, hang on, there must be something pretty big coming up that, like, to redeem this character, because I don't really like them that much. And therefore, it becomes more of a spoiler for that person. Whereas if someone who really likes Haoshifeng before everything happens, is least suspecting of it, because they're like, oh yeah, I can see why people like this character as well. Whereas I was in the middle of the road, like, okay, I can see that before, again, the incident. But yeah, I understand. It's, like, really tough as a person who's already played this stuff to really comment on anything without considering it for 20 minutes to be like, oh god, could this possibly even tip the hand of something? Like if I said Nidhogg was my favorite character or something. Yeah, like, because Nidhogg fucking sucks. Well, I mean, but that's a different thing though, right? It's more of a, it's more the popular reading versus your own, right? Like, if someone came up to me and just said, oh, I think, fuck. Oh, what's his name? Gaius? Was that the leader of the... Was that the guy who was trying to resurrect Ultima Weapon? Gaius Van Belsar, yeah. So if someone said to me that, like, Gaius Van Belsar was their favorite character, and I don't know shit about that, like, that wouldn't really mean much to me. I'd just be like, oh, okay. When it's more the popular thing, like, that's when it can cause a lot of dissonance, because it's like, well, hang on a minute, everyone really likes this character, so something must happen if I don't like this character right now, right? If it's just another person, it's not that big of a deal. It's more like, if someone said, like, oh, okay, or I knew the popular reception around Xenos was that they were a great villain, and I was like, okay, like, I can see aspects of that, but if I thought Xenos was kind of boring, then, like, wait, why does everyone like this? And that's when it starts thinking of, like, okay, no, even if I'm being coming from a charitable position, I have to think something must happen later on if everyone kind of thinks this, right? Yeah, the collective. Yeah. It's a tough line to walk. Oh, it would seem that at the very least you are the faster hunter. But speed is not everything. For my part, I slew 6 Gulo Gulo. I slew 6 as well. Aye, that you have, my lord. As for Aldine, 6 Gulo Gulo did he slay 2? 'Twould seem you have met your match, my lord. Just dropped $50 shopping on Wish, let my ass off. Indulgence or important? For all the possible outcomes, this is perhaps the most amusing. And perhaps the most auspicious. Though I would have preferred to win the day, I shall settle for the whimsy of the Kami. And with that, our game is concluded. Let us return to Mol Ilo forthwith, and let us have Aldine present our meat to Serena. Indulgence, yeah, fair enough. Mayhap you are unfamiliar with the traditional Zayla cuisine. Let not its appearance deceive you. It is quite hearty and nourishing. Were it not so, I doubt they could have nursed me back to health. You should have seen the state I was in. What? Okay, sometimes I feel like no one really thought about the blocking of those scenes with dialogue, where people walk off like Gesetsu and Hien just walked off down south and they ended up here. Like, excuse me? Obviously that's incredibly minor, but although for the scene where Issei sees us, it's a bit more important, because then it's like, well, what the fuck, why didn't we see him? But yeah, it seems like a consistent problem too. You were returned, Aldine. How was your hunt? I have a stack of this stuff. Few things should impress Serena more than a sack of blood-soaked meat taken from freshly sorted Gulo Gulo. My word, this is impressive. Or were you so hungry that you felt the need to kill so many? Well, I shall endeavour not to disappoint you all with my cooking. And this is all stuff I don't really care about. I'm just going to take that. I don't know, I don't normally notice stuff like that. I do. The reason I do is because, one of the big contrasts between, like, WoW and this is that pretty consistently a scene will bring you down to the level of, or it will transition into a cutscene, in which that space kind of means a bit more with the blocking in that. Like, if Hien and Gesetsu, I was just talking to them and they moved off in a direction in this, like, right from this position, I wouldn't think as much of it. But when the scene is kind of constructed to be, like, you know, down here with everyone looking around, even though my big head is blocking everyone, and then they walked off in that direction, like, it feels more intentional for the scene, if that makes sense. Like, it's probably just the juxtaposition that makes me think it has more bearing than it probably should, and honestly, that's why I've said, like, it's a minor issue. Like, it's... Who cares? Like, on the level of writing and stuff like that, it's just kind of... Okay. Whatever. Like, again, no one really notices that shit, so... Also stuff I don't care about. If you wish for employment, Serena has a suggestion. It'll be a little while before the meal is ready. If you and Lise wish to, fill the time, perhaps you could assist Dorbe. He has many responsibilities and would welcome your help. Nor would you regret making his acquaintance, for he is liked and respected by all. You may find him by the other yurt, taking stock of our supplies. Hi. Yes, write my name down. Thank you very much. Words are very unnecessary. Oh, that's back over there. I don't see Lise anywhere. Ooh, I hope we get a better look at this. That kind of looks the same. I remember last time I noted that the red sort of cloak looked a lot like the one from the samurai in the trailer for Stormblood War. But I don't know if it's exactly the same garb. Ah, one of the newcomers. Welcome. I spoke with Lise. I bade her help the children gather fuel for the cook fires. I trust it will be a good experience for all. For you too, perhaps. Seek them in the south, across the bridge. But yeah, it's interesting how like a stylistic choice like that can make me focus on something different than like most people would. Because if you never played it, or if you didn't play many MMOs, or just... Wait, who's that? Oh, that's just a random person. Because if there wasn't something to contrast that with, then you just think, oh yeah, cutscene, sure. Who gives a crap? But when I've had the experience of like 99.9% of quests do not get a cutscene, and then almost half of them do here, it's like, oh, that's interesting. I wonder why they chose to do that. And I start noticing those things a bit more. Oh, Aldine, are you here to help too? Great. So, I suppose Dorbe told you that the children and I are gathering fuel for the fires, did he? It'll need to be dried before they can burn it, of course. You do understand what we're here for, right? Only some people can be a bit squeamish about this sort of stuff. Huh? Then again, I've never minded getting out your hand... You've never minded getting your hands dirty, have you? Anyway, we're trying to get 4 piles each. Good luck. And keep an eye on the children while you're at it. Or keep an eye on the children while you're at it, eh? Don't worry that it's just started raining. That won't actually affect the wood that we're trying to get at all. Or burnt turf. Who the fuck is... Oh, hang on. Just a moment. Oh, Tuft. Right. I was going to say, why we pick... That's not turf we're picking up, but no. Fuck. Hi. How do you do? Oh. Okay. Boisterous small boy. Don't mind the dragon. Traveller, I will not lose to you. I shall find 3 times as much dung as you, at least. Even worse in such a wide open zone like this. Oh god, that mount speed is brutal. Yeah. Yep. Oh, that reminds me. $448 northwest? Fuck, I should have looked up there when I was hunting Gulo Gulo. Ah, heck. I have to go up there. I can... If I go past there again, I'll have a look again. Like, if I was to guess, we're probably going to be heading southwest or directly west, for the next, bit. For the trial, I assume. Well, have you found your share yet? Yep. It is what it is. Good work. I hope you took the time to talk to the children while you were at it. I talked to a couple, but I didn't see all of them. Lise, look how much dung we have. Wow, I'm impressed. I thought we'd gather a lot, but it looks like we'll have to admit defeat. Dorbay will be happy we found enough. Not just Dorbay. Now we can continue making cheese. Not that I was worried. It was easier when we were living near that forest, but dung works just as well as wood. I heard that Mole moved from place to place, that the gods tell you where to go. It must be hard on you all. Hard? I do not understand. Why is it hard? It is better for the animals to move more food to eat, and to have more food to eat and land to roam. To stay in one place is harder, no? From the heavens comes the rain, which nourishes the soil. From the soil comes the grass, which nourishes the beast. From the beast comes the flesh, which nourishes the Zayla. Ours is the soil of one and all. But you Westerners are like the Domans. You live in the same place, in villages. And all the villages in one place are part of a nation, yes? Hyen talks about nations sometimes. When he was injured, he spoke of Doma in his sleep, but I did not understand his words. Whenever I ask him about Doma, he just smiles and looks to the south. It reminds me of my mother when she waits for my father to return from a long journey. But Hyen will not wait any longer, will he? Because you came for him, to take him back. Because his nation is more important. I'm not sure how to answer this. A nation is a place, I suppose. A place. And the people in it, and maybe the things too. But more than that, it's the history, the traditions, the words, the stories we tell ourselves and our children, everything that came before and everything that comes after. The place we were born is part of who we are. We carry it with us, no matter where we go. Whatever we become, that part remains. That link to our fathers and their fathers before them. It's not important to everyone, I suppose, and that's fine. But it's important to Hyen, and to me. Some call them all fools for listening to the Elder Gods, but it is our way, our pride, our nation? Something like that. It's something precious that you and others share. And that no one can take from you. But we can talk about it later. It's time to go home. Dorbay is waiting. I'll stay with the children. Why not go and let Serena know how we got on? It's still northwest. I assume it's in this pocket here. Just from the distance and all, but... Welcome back, Aldine. Did you speak with Dorbay? I went with the kids and collected shit. Well, then you will forgive me if I ask you to wash your hands. I shall pour you a cup of milk in the meantime. The meal is almost ready, so we should summon Hien and Gosetsu. Is Lisa asleep? Yeah. Oh,
She needed the rest. To come so far and carry so much.
so I turned up the game volume a bit. I was watching 14 VOD today and kind of noticed that the sound is a little low. So if the voices are a bit too loud or like the regular game sound is a bit above my voice, just let me know. But I think it should be a bit better. Like hearing more of the game, but it still not overpowering me. Where's
Hien and his friend, too. Strange that they should vanish so soon.
Oh, cool. Are they fucking... We're supposed to be resting, you dummies! I knew it.
Not troubled by your old wounds, I see.
Nor you by yours. I know I should have fled with the others after father died, instead of blindly fighting on. It was reckless and foolish, and there was naught to be gained from it. Everything to lose, rather.
We know no path save the one we walk. I myself am in no hurry to meet those who have gone before.
Actually, I just realized why the sound is so bad.
Well said.
You are none the worse for your time in the wilderness. On the contrary, I would say you have improved.
Come now, your victories still far exceed mine. Or have you forgotten all the times you trounced me as a boy?
I feared I would not see you again.
A life so fortuitously saved should be spent wisely, without regret, would I have traded it for our people's amnesty, had it been their will. Instead, they have called for the sword, and so that is what I must be. Until this blade is broken, I can but carve a path forward. Were you truly so concerned for my well-being? You never showed it when we used to spar.
How you cried when you lost, and when your mother tried to comfort you, and when you inevitably came at me once more, swinging your wooden sword wildly. Mina's little Master Shun. What a fine young man you've become.
A man should not be addressed by his childhood name. I've told you about that before. The mask slips. And I was so close to cultivating a winning persona.
Sorry for spying.
There will be opportunity enough for putting on airs after you have returned in triumph to Doma. Now is the time to show our true character.
quite right. Which makes me think you should join us next time. I dare say you have a secret or two of your own to share.
I mean, my thing is more magic. I don't know if I need to really, like, training's training. Yeah, so I just realized why the game sound is so low. And it's because I turned this down because I think I might still turn this up a tad. Hang on, let me math. I turned that from 10 to 25, and I had negative 17 decibels. 10 decibels is double, so if I multiply by 2.5 and then bring it down by... how many is that? I forget how much each step of a decibel is. Because it's non-linear. Oh, fuck it. I think this should be good. I think this should be about where I had it just then, but... fuck. You know what? That's probably exactly how I lost the changes, too. I'm not going to get back to 25, am I? What? Why does it do this? I don't understand. What? Okay, fine. That's fine. Alright, so that should be a little better. Well, my friends, I for one am full of vim and vigour. I trust you feel the same. Then what better time than now to undertake our trial and become full-fledged warriors of the mole? No better time than now, I say. The trial before the trial. Oh, of course. Hyan is ready to become a warrior of the steppe. Now then, Serena, if you would tell us of the trial we must undertake, that we might participate in the Naadam. Ah yes, as I mentioned before, to be recognized as warriors of the steppe, one must follow in the footsteps of the legendary warrior Naadam. He embarked on a great pilgrimage, eschewing cart and horse, and walked for many miles until he came to a holy place, thereafter named Naadam's Metal. There, at the altar, as he did, you must pray. The altar lies deep within the breeding grounds of the Yol. To complete your trial, you must tame one. Only then will your trial be complete. Fair enough. And where is the entrance to Naadam's Metal? West. Yep. You must journey far to the west, beyond Chaka Zo, where lie the bones of a great and wise woman. Beyond the ruins of Koel N, hidden within the mountains is a narrow pass. Follow it and you will come to Naadam's Metal. Sounds to me like it'll be a trial just getting to the trial. Yeah, that's kind of the point. More than you may know, on the eve of the Naadam, many strive to improve their fortunes, some by abdicating and enslaving the warriors of other tribes. Be ever mindful of your surroundings, lest you be taken as well. Ah, that would serve as a great detour. What grim expressions you wear while nodding so powerfully. Warriors such as you are not like to fall en route to a mere rite of passage. I would be really disappointed if we did. We shall proceed with all due caution, yes, but let us not worry over much. We will overcome this trial, and the next, until we stand triumphant. That is all there is to it, no? With me, my friends, to the west, to Naadam's Metal. It's really bothering me how, like, I've got, like, this purple... Oh, wait, Hyan! Oh dear, I knew I would forget. Here, take these whistles. Once tamed, your Yol will hearken to their call. Thanks. We'll try them out once we finish the trial. Let's catch up with Tahai and Gusetsu. Yeah, it's really bothering me how, like, the chest piece I'm wearing is, like, this dark, or this grey colour. Potentially, like, slightly, with a slight bluish hue. Whereas, like, my hat and everything else is, like, has this clear purple tone to it. Uh-oh. We still have a long way to go, but I think I can see the mountain Sereno talked about. Really? Through the rain? I don't see Hien or Gusetsu, though. We should hurry. Alright, well, I'm also gonna take a slight detour. Sorry, Lise. Although it seems Lise is a bit closer than the thing I'm looking for. Oh. Sheep Snatcher. Hey, I don't know about you, but I can't shake the feeling someone's watching us. Sereno did warn us about tribes that kidnap warriors and make them fight for them. Something tells me we're about to meet them. Yeah, well, not yet. I'm gonna go and look for this, 24 northeast. What? Oh, yeah, to be up there, right. Oh my god. I don't know why that crept up on me. That was weird. Right. That's a one-way path. Mushu. Please tell me that name gets memed to hell, because I can't imagine it not being. Oh wow, I'm surprised that didn't actually drop me to 1. Look away. Please? Oh, close enough. Oh, come on then. Oh, you're a healer. I'm gonna stand on top of you. Oh, I didn't check the 190 south. I should probably check this one out. Oh, you're kidding. It's gonna be on that, isn't it? Southwest. Maybe not, then. $168. $92. Okay. 59. Oh, it must be in there. Damn it. Oh, well. Yeah, it was worth a look. No, go away. Come on, give me a different direction. Oh. This is Gesetsu and Hyen. Oh, we got a new bearing. Cool. Ah, there you are. As you can see, they left us little choice. I gather you were forced to dispatch a few yourself. So it goes. A few less warriors to face in the Naadam, eh? Cole Ain is not much further. That said, I should be surprised if our would-be masters did not try to subdue us one final time. Yeah, you'd be pretty on the money with that, I feel. 270 ounce 8 southwest. My guess is it's probably just around here somewhere. Based on the fact that it was pretty west, or it said directly west, and... oh no. Oh yeah, there we go. It's almost right. I'm getting a bit better at judging the distance on the map and in the game as well, which I'm kind of glad about. Southwest. Okay, there must be another one. But we'll go up and do this one first. Why do I get the... okay, I wasn't actually expecting that to move. Why do I get the feeling I won't be actually fighting beside Hyen until we actually get to the big event? Come on then. South. I would guess, like, somewhere close to that pillar by the look of it. Although it just turned from southwest to south, so it's probably a bit more around that area. Ah, I knew this would be the dungeon. Or, well, I suspected. Lisa's doing squats. Right, this must be the pass that leads to Bardam's Metal. They say no foreigners have overcome this trial, but, well, there is a first time for everything, no? Hyen is ready to undertake the challenge of Bardam's Metal, in the footsteps of Bardam the Brave. Nothing left but to begin, then. To complete the trial, we must each pass through Bardam's Metal and tame a Yol. How precisely we are to do this, I'm not sure. But since countless warriors before us have succeeded, I imagine we'll muddle through somehow. But enough talk. We have a Naadam to win. Oh. There it is. 10 minutes. 10 minutes, eh? Well, in that case, ooh, actually, hang on, let me bring up something real quick. What did I say I was going to do with you? Right, you weren't the character I was going to do that stuff with. So, for context, I like having multiple characters in MMOs. Unfortunately, in 14, that's it's not a given, it's actually more of a explicit, disadvantage, making multiple characters and having to maintain them. Well, I mean, you have to go through the MSQ character number many times, instead of just going through it once and then leveling everything in, things. But I have characters from WoW that I would love to bring over into this and, have some idea of which ones I'd actually give all of them to. And there are two more, so there are two jobs I'd want to give Aldine here. One of them is Blue Mage, and one of them is Paladin. I'm painfully aware of the MSQ redo. I bet you are. Because it's explicitly a lot longer than... the thing with WoW is that it's gated by level. The thing about FF14 is that it's gated by MSQ. And you can outlevel the MSQ really quickly, it turns out. But you still have to do it, because you can't get to content otherwise. Yeah. So I'm probably gonna be putting off leveling a couple of these, just so when I do end up doing it, I kind of want it to be fresh. I've also been toying around with the idea of, getting characters ready and then actually going through all of the, you know what sucks? I just realized that if I leveled any of these people up, it would be... I'd have to go through the MSQ, but I'd end up going through all of their main job and class quests doing that. Oh, I can redo some of those on different characters, I guess. That would actually still work, actually. No, that'd be fine. But, yeah, one of the things I'd like to do, if I wasn't finished streaming FF14, is go, you know what? I'm just going to go through all the class and job quests, because why the fuck not? And that's, more of a chill stream, but there's still some narrative to go through. So... I don't know what the Blue Mage one is like, but I'm the most curious about that, and that's one of the ones I feel... Actually, I don't know what kind of, job quest that even has. Mage quests. Does that have a quest line like every other, 1, 10, 20, 30, 40, and a bunch of 50s up to 60. Interesting. That would probably be better for a character that's already pretty leveled up, because getting to what the hell is... Hang on one sec. Sorry, the cord of my headphones is making a really strange noise when it was moving around. Yeah, there we go. Yeah. Yes, it is my roommate. Her cat is an asshole. Playfully, but, you know. And when being fed, will, meow so consistently as it sounds like an entire unbroken noise, so... And she's trying to, train the cat to be a bit more responsive to orders, which is working, to her credit, but sometimes it takes a few goes. Right. You know what? No, actually, that one is not good for a quest. And the reason why is because it has sparse quests through leveling. one of the things I was really running into once I hit, like, about 40 odd was that you needed to do a fair amount of dungeoning or anything to actually get to the job quest levels. So I'd actually prefer to start off as something brand new, which I went to do last time, which I guess means... Well, I can't queue... Well, you're right, I can't queue as blue, which means I would explicitly also be restricted to questing in that. So... Yeah, like, from what I understand, there's, like, some unique things to it, because otherwise it would be excessively boring. But I don't know how that's structured, so, like... Yeah, I don't know. Fuck it then. I guess we'll go and, start the Paladin stuff. You get, like, 13k XP for killing a level 10 mob as blue. Wait, at level 1, or just whenever? Wait, does it have, like, a completely different XP curve to other... Ugh, okay. Huh. Wow. There you go. Actually, that's a good question. Where do I go for Gladiator? Off the top of my head, I would say Gridania? Oh, no, it's Uldar. Damn it. See, I was gonna go for that, but the thing was that I thought Paladin magic, but, nah. God, I need to clean this keyboard. Gladiators Guild. There it is. Paladin lore is tied to the Sultanate. Oh, that's interesting. That'll be fun at least then. But yeah, one thing I need to figure out, though, is, like, a better way to kind of... I guess I could prepare Paladin quests in between, like, streams. Because I always do play 14 over the weekend. Oh, by the way, I don't think you were here when I, talked about it, Newest Girl, but, I've been up to stuff. I see what you mean now. Holy fuck, is this a grind? I didn't know, and then I saw that I had to wait for a rare fate in, Kurthus, and I was like, oh no. Yeah, I did get to the books. I'm on my first book now, and the very last thing I need to do is a, the very last thing I need to do is a fate in Kurthus. And it's just me sitting around waiting for a fate that is incredibly rare. Fucking 9 books have they been nerfed. Yep. Like, the thing is that I can understand why it was like that when it was current content, you know? Because that is a lot. But it keeps you playing the game, and, like, the Atma used to be, like, a 4% drop rate. I feel like the Atma... I feel like I got the Atma within, like, 2 to 4 fates in any area. It's like a 25% drop rate now. Yeah, but, well, there you go. I guess that makes sense. But yeah, oh boy. Doing those for any more than a couple of jobs is... Actually, before we do anything else, I do have a question regarding that. I'm assuming you probably know more about the relics and that come in Heavensward and Stormblood as well. Are they as bad as this? Or do they require as much work as this? Because I think this is for, like, one stage of the relic. And I don't even know if it's the last one for this one in particular, but... comparable, then? Like, maybe a bit easier, but not all that much. Yeah, I figured this isn't the last stage. Like... Because if I was to guess, just by the fact that they nerfed it, Heavensward relics are pretty easy. Like, I have absolutely no idea what that means, but it sounds like it'd be similar to kind of the whole Atma and book system then, where it's a bit more of a all-encompassing set of tasks, which is zones designed like 11 or other old school MMOs. Wait, there are unique areas for this stuff? Huh. Interesting. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? Oh, hang on. I missed the thing. Welcome to the Gladiators Guild Adventurer. Here, our members train tirelessly with sword and shield so that their names might one day be writ in legend. Was that a flash of interest in your eyes? If you wish to study swordplay, know that admission to the guild is free of charge. Designed to be like FF... Okay, you're gonna have to give me a little bit more in the explanation than that. Like, what would be so different from the zones designed here? Like, as in the quest design is a lot more old school, or like the zones in terms of like population and complexity. Like, what are we talking here? And I just dropped a bunch of frames. Oh, shit. What happened? Sorry, my stream cut out. I thought one of those didn't send. Oh, no, it's all good. Gotta level up from 1 again, and if you die, you lose XP. Oh, so it's like Path of Exile. Oh, dear. Well, I do have some experience with that. Everything in the zone is a threat to kill you. Oh, okay, I see. So... yeah, so there is a lot more patience that is required in doing those zones, as opposed to... Huh. And like, this is separate to... well, I mean, obviously it's separate to Stormblood to some degree, but, like, this particular system is its own thing that just exists on top of Stormblood. So, like, you can go through the entirety of Stormblood and stuff like that, and die in those areas and not lose XP on that stuff. Because I mean, if the outside areas are that much less of a threat, I guess it really wouldn't matter. But yes, we're going to join the guild. I had marked you as a man of action. Actually, hold on. Would Paladin suit any of the other 3 characters I have better? Paladins would probably be too goody two-shoes for you. You are definitely not a bulky boy. And you are similarly not a bulky girl. Yeah, it was added in patches and you sailed there through Kugane. Oh, okay. Right, so it's a separate world in that. Huh, interesting. Like, that's interesting that basically the relic stuff is, like, extra separate content. There are encounters designed for huge amounts of people and stuff. Oh, so... Are those required? Like... You marked as a man of action. I am pleased to see that I was not wrong. Now, while you may be familiar with the deadly dance of battle, you are new to us and must begin at the beginning. If you would take your place in these hallowed halls, you must be willing and ready to undergo the most rigorous training. You must endure cuts and bruises beyond counting, and like as not far worse. A daunting prospect, I concede, but there is no way if you mean to take to the Blood Sands one day, and why wouldn't you? The Colosseum is only the most celebrated place of public entertainment in all of Eldar. Where else could a poor man amass a fortune so vast as to one day allow him to claim a seat on the Syndicate? There's no Uldan alive who isn't inspired by the rise of the self-made man. And there is no truer embodiment of that dream than the gladiator who wins riches and fame with his sword. Throughout its long and storied history, this guild has nurtured countless champions. Our training methods are second to none, and our members ever strive to develop new techniques. If you desire true glory, to fight in triumph amidst the roar of 10,000 voices, then this is where you belong, adventurer. Think of it. Think of your legacy. Yeah. Sorry, I have a dungeon to go to. It wasn't super well received at the time. I don't know if there have been adjustments to it. I didn't hang out there a lot and never finished a Stormblood relic. Yeah, fair enough. Alrighty. I mean, shit, this entire place looks like its own zone. Big warrior, big pulls, let's go. God, this is one of those moments in dungeons where I really wish I had a damage meter, because I feel like I would have been pretty fucking good right there. But, guess I'll never know. Why did I shouldn't have used my ruin there, that was dumb. Staying here? Okay. Excuse me? 7, thank you. I was gonna fucking say, what the shit? Wait, what did that do? Oh no, I'm synced down. Damn it. I don't get that. Damn it. Huh? Wasn't it sleeping? The shit? Oh shit, I missed it. Damn it. What the hell? That was weird. Why did I kind of have the effect of Dreadworm? That was really strange. Ow. Oh, shit. Heal me? Please? Wait, was the healer already dead? Oh, rip. There's a new zone for Shadowbringers called Bozja, which everyone seems to be having a lot of fun in. Seems kind of like Eureka, but better from a glance. Yeah, I did hear a lot about that, actually. I've basically been avoiding any stream that has that, because... well, sorry, let me rephrase that. There are a couple of people who I follow who do stream 14 that, have done that. Or have had that, and I've had to go, well, shit, I guess I'm not. Do I... No, I may as well wait for the res. Please? Appreciate you. Actually, I probably should have just ran. Fuck me. Oh, I didn't mean to pass on that. Fuck. Oh, shit, I didn't realize I was still unalive. Hello? Oh, Right, those are on separate cooldowns. Fuck, that's confusing. Oh, shit. Is this a non-combat encounter? That's kind of neat. Oh my god, that's actually awesome. What? Oh, oh. This is literally a mechanics check. Oh, fuck off. Really? What? What? That is a super cool encounter. Holy shit. Us. Yeah, I'll take that. That reminds me of, I think there's at least... Whoa. Whoa. Please don't look at that. I've got some legs, though. That reminds me, there's an encounter in every WoW expansion that has an achievement that's ready for raiding, and it's basically just don't get hit by anything. But, they're always, like, super, cool challenges, in my opinion. Why didn't I change targets? Fuck off! Oh yeah, I did see the red chocobo memes. I'm sorry, what? Oh dear. Well, okay then. It's like, one of the things I actually really liked about this game, when it started off, was that it basically forced you into this situation where it's like, you cannot dungeon until you do this set of trials, and they're basically all just, like, actually do the mechanics, don't fucking stand in shit. Like, that was the wrong button. Fuck So I'm glad there was just a boss in this game that was nothing but do the mechanics right and you win. And, like, explicitly, like, don't even do a rotation. Just fight the fucking boss. Or just do the mechanics. Oh, the Mushu. The Mushu, sorry. I did an extra W there. Hold on, guys. I swear I'm almost there. Alright. Oh, shit. Okay, see, that was misleading, because, like, the last time that mechanic happened, it literally taught me that it's gonna fall multiple times. I don't know if I like that now. That was actually really misleading. Excuse me? Fuck did I just... What happened? What? I don't understand what just happened. We probably could have killed that boss before this happened too. Fuck. Mr. Gaze. Oh, okay. I didn't see that. Fuck. What? Oh. Oh. Alright, that was definitely rough around the edges, but... I know in the past I said that, like, this game definitely needs a dungeon journal. I actually don't, think that anymore. Because I think there's definitely value to figuring out yourself, but, That also pisses me off. Hey, look, there's all this loot you haven't voted on, so we're just automatically gonna give it to you, if everyone leaves. No. Like, leave them in the loot thing, and then just automatically give them to me if I roll something on it. Fuck me, that's annoying. Eminent domain. Fuck off. Mole shield. Ah, it's a shield. Who gives a shit? Nomad choker of slaying. Fuck off. Oh, actually, no, that's a choker. Who gives a shit? But yeah, that shit is super frustrating. Like, when gear is already, like... When gear space is already, like, at a premium, just shoving fucking loot into me because I didn't say I didn't want it is, like... Yeah, I don't know. Not my favorite thing in the world. I did it. Where is everyone? I should have known you'd be the first one to make it through. Did you all have to fight the mechanics golem as well? I'm assuming you had no trouble. Good, good. I managed somehow, as you may have guessed. Looks like Hien and Gesetsu are still in there, though. Nothing for it but to wait, then. Oh, okay. Yeah, I like that dungeon. That was neat. Having, like, a literal mechanics check is also a really cool concept for a boss. Like, especially because it gives you an opportunity to actually teach how those mechanics can work. Oh, actually, no. Fuck the main story quest for a minute. Oh, shit. I didn't... Alright, I've got some of these whistles Serena gave me. Here's yours, I suppose. Oh, that's right. We get a mount for completing this, don't we? We've got a job quest to do. Fuck the main story quest. And we get our own birds. Up there, look. Nice. I think that means we've won them over. That one there is yours, right? The other one is mine. Aww. So that's that then. We're officially Warriors of the Steppe. Nice. Nothing there for me. My first reaction back then was those ugly as sin. I don't think they're ugly as sin. Personally, anyway. Sorry, Midgard-Zoma, you've been replaced. Nah, I like this bird. It wouldn't surprise me if there were variants that had, like, the wings it had at some point. Or if there are variants of those in the future, I don't know. Anyway, fuck the main story quest. We've got a job quest to go do. But I will travel first. To WoW for me. The funny thing is, I think that looks a lot better than most WoW bird mounts. I don't know. Like, there are a lot of ugly looking mounts in WoW. A lot of them that are like, reminds me of the Griffin Porter. I think that looks like a lot better than the Griffin Porter though. Like, real talk. I thought I was gonna sneeze. Anyway. I don't know, like... This game definitely gives you a lot better looking mounts just as part of progression in that. But I haven't seen any of the really fancy... I haven't seen a ton of the really fancy mounts, but they also look like a lot fancier than the ones in WoW. Now, granted, I think a lot of the really fancy ones in WoW are actually store mounts. Or they're like the really prestigious stuff like Mythic rating and shit like that. I have absolutely no idea what like the high-end mounts look like in this game though, so... Off the record, Yumitra seems to be having trouble making headway with her research. I searched through the usual histories, but found scant mention of Sari. 'Tis as Prin has said, records of his existence have all but been expunged. And since my own knowledge is limited to the day I was stored away, we must rely on those lost Alagan? I think it was Alagan. Records that escaped the purge. My colleague, Rambrose, may be able to help us here. Or may be able to help us there. Hardly a day goes past when his team does not lift some forgotten treasure from the ruins in Mordona. Shall we pay him a visit? Oh, but my cooldown is... Ah, damn it. Oh, well. It's cheaper than, Wait, what the fuck? Why do I have a... Oh, right, the Extreme, Extreme Titan. Yeah, it's cheaper than porting there to begin with, so... A decent amount of the mounts drops from Extreme Trials. Yeah, that makes sense. Because they are ostensibly the hardest content in the game, as I understand. Besides, I actually really dig the design of the tail, I'm not gonna lie. Actually, what did this do? Oh, that has a faster cooldown now. Interesting. Ah, yeah, 70 is when we, 70 is when we start going nuts. Yeah, 70 is when we start going. Savage Rage is the hard. Oh, fuck, right. Savage Trials can be pretty tough. Yeah, sorry, I should have realized that. Yeah, that was dumb of me to say. Hey, Rambo's, not a long time no see. Demetra has informed me of your search, and I shall be certain to contact you should our discoveries include any mention of this Sari. There may, however, be a swifter way to acquire the information you seek. I know of a certain merchant who collects undeciphered tomes with even greater zeal than the Sons of St. Koinak. Oh, I know who that's going to be. That's probably the person we were talking to in the Relic Quest, if I was to guess. Rowena, yeah. Ah, you speak of Rowena. Aye, we found something of a symbiotic relationship with her consortium. If you wanted, you could do normal Alex raids for a stream. Normal raids have their own roulette, so you wouldn't be in queue forever. The storyline is pretty cute too. Is that like content that I'd already be okay to do now, or provide Rowena with Heaven's Ward raid. Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I might. I'm assuming there's a quest line associated with it, so it wouldn't be that hard to find. The first part is, like, eye level 170. Well, I mean, I've surpassed it, so, like, fucking... It's gonna level sync me down, but, yeah. I'm sure you will find her amenable for assistance. After all, you would merely need to borrow her tomestones for a time, yes? Here, I penned a letter with my personal reassurances that her stock will be returned none the worse for wear. Disarmed quest in Idleshire. I'll remember that then. Alright, let's be off. No gear sync on Alex, so you'll be at the eye level cap. Eye level 270, 275. Wait, really? Oh, that must only be on normal. I assume if you go in there, in like harder difficulties, they probably level sync you harder than that, right? Because otherwise that'd be weird. Like, surely they wouldn't allow you to go into the really difficult shit with just gear that, like, outpaces it entirely just through the roulette or whatever. Or queuing up or whatever. Aye, what can I do for you? Do you not recognize me? A polite request to borrow tombstones, penned by the meticulous hand of Rambrose and addressed to Rowena. So you're the back end of all Rambrose, eh? Well, I suppose it wouldn't hurt to lend you some of my tombstones. In fact, I'll do you one better and let you borrow the transcripts, courtesy of the scribes at the Ironworks. As books, they're a damn sight heavier, but you don't need fancy machines when it's all penned down in ink and parchment. Give me a summary of the contents when you've finished, and I'll consider that as payment. Collector's part, with more coin if they know what they're getting, and my time's too precious to waste on reading ancient history. Alex was designed to be a hard DPS check on Savage, so when it wasn't current content, vets could carry newbies through it, so no gear syncs. Huh. It's like, can you, like, gear sync it optionally? Because, like, I don't know, that, given that, like, a lot of other stuff in, this game, well, okay, I guess it does have a cap, but that seems like a really, like, what was the average endgame eye level of someone of Heavensward? I wouldn't think it was, like, 275 or whatever. Consider it a deal, Rowena, and thank you. Well, then, shall we get to work? Yes, time to study. There's a minimum eye level option. Well, that's a minimum, right? But that doesn't enforce the max, right? Because if the whole thing is a DPS check, then, like, it explicitly gets trivialized by gear. So if you don't have a max, then what the fuck is the point? Oh, I guess I wouldn't have it in here. Oh, actually, maybe... Settings button up top. Oh. Item level sync all gear to the duty's minimum requirements. Oh, okay. I see. Sorry, I misinterpreted what that meant. I thought you could set a minimum item level, not that you get set to minimum eye level. I understand now. Right. Okay, so there is just an option to say, no, we're all going to be challenging this at whatever the game expected at the time. Fair enough. Fancy that. I've barely begun skimming the very first volume, and there are already some promising pages. Let us wake Prin and share our findings, shall we? Yeah, I completely misunderstood what you meant when you were talking about that all those times. Oh. Ah, Rambrose, have you come to check on our progress? This charming tone is Principia, a sentient familiar of ancient Allag. Pleasure to meet you, Master Rambrose. Pray, call me Prin if you prefer. Yep, so roulettes can blast through it and carry sprouts, but you can sweat it out with friends if you want. That's a really good option. And it gives the game a stupid amount of longevity, especially if you come into it late like I do. Because, like, before you had time walking and stuff in WoW, if you came into Legion, for example, like, you don't get to experience any of the raid content before that as it was intended, right? And even with time walking, from my understanding, like, the tuning's a bit off in some places, and given that the game doesn't take mechanics away from you like 14 does, you can easily still trivialize content because, like, that was created for a far simpler set of skills than the stuff you have at max level, right? So, like, you'd never really be able to recreate the scenarios, like, with almost any accuracy. And obviously, like, 14 jobs and classes have been redesigned over the time period, so, like, maybe it doesn't play exactly as it did at level 60 as it did when ARR was there, or even Heavensward, but, like, at least it's, like, the closest approximation you can get, and it's always available. It's not just on an event, well, like, a chance to be the one you want to do on a like, bi-weekly or monthly thing. It's really smart decision making. Obviously, it complicates design a lot, because whenever you're making changes to the class and stuff, it has implications. But Alex Part 1 drops parts to exchange for eye-level 190 gear. Max Tombstone gear at the time was 180 after upgrading. Most people were at 170-ish. Right. Interesting. Thank you, Prin. And might I say, what a privilege it is to meet such a rare and clever construct. Clever. Well, yes, apparently Prin was written that way. In fact, we were just hoping to hear an opinion on a new snippet of information I've uncovered. 'Twas an order listed in record of Imperial Army Communications, commanding that the fruits of the Master Summoner's research be seized. It appears that the army had more than a passing interest in Sari's experiments. And what exactly was the purpose of this research? Master Sari toiled to wed summoning magics with aetherochemical technology. For example, he experimented with replacing grimoires with mechanical mediums and sought to manifest edgy of greater authenticity by utilizing high-speed computations. Simply put, he turned to machines to enhance traditional summoning methods. Is that the gist of it? Correct, but Master Sari was never one to abuse the power or the success of his experiments, no matter how they magnified his power. He would not place his trust in machines. Their inherent complex nature was prone to error, he said. The dates on these communications indicate a time in the latter half of Sari's life. Is it possible something could have occurred between crafting you and the execution of this order that may have greatly altered the summoner's outlook? There was, of course, a violent wave of anti-summoner sentiment that swept through Alag. It claimed the lives of many of Master Sari's disciples. Following their deaths, he began spending much of his time cloistered within his laboratory. Such an incident could certainly be responsible for changing a man. And Principia, you were unaware of subsequent events once you fell into slumber, yes? From what we've learned so far, it is safe to say that the foe we encountered is related to Sari's research in some way. In fact, given the fact that he looked like a projection, I would surmise that either... Well, I mean, we know that Allagan technology has the potential to clone people, as we've run into such people in the Crystal Tower. So he could be a clone, but the specific thing that Prin has pointed out here is that he was trying to make summoning more effective by using computers. So I wouldn't put it past me if he was, like, almost manifesting an edgy of himself, if you managed to, like, get the research that far along, but that seems a bit far-fetched even for this situation. And there are likely more clues buried in these records. I shall speak with Captain Wolf and ask to borrow the sharp minds of his summoner squad. It is a rather intimidating pile to tackle on our own. Well, seeing as you have the transcripts, there is no need to travel far. You are welcome to make use of my tent and the reference materials on Alag found therein. That would be an enormous help, thank you. Let's haul these books to the dig site, shall we? Where's... Oh, there they are. Time to do homework, kiddies. Some of my colleagues have arrived with the swiftness after I relayed to them our request. It is well to see them recovered from their injuries. With everyone pitching in, we stand a good chance of finding something useful. Ah, here's the bugger I was looking for. There's a record of when the military finally caught up with Sari. It says here the summoner was found dead, killed by someone else, it seems. Uh-oh. There's that music. Then we have proof of the original Sari's demise in the Third Astral Era. Now there remains the question of who or what attacked us in this age. My coin is on one of those clone creations. Is there aught more to the story, Lieutenant? Aye. It goes on to describe how the Imperial Army took over Sari's research. Lauding his experiments as exceptionally dangerous, but ripe with potential applications. They shifted operations to an artificial island soon after and began practical testing. One cataclysmic accident later, though, and that was the end of that. The artificial island must be a reference to Seal Rock, the very site of our encounter with the present-day Sari. During the battle, my created simulacrum exhibited the ability to summon multiple Edgies simultaneously, as well as manifest highly authentic facsimiles of flesh and blood entities. The basis for every one of these unorthodox techniques can be traced back to Master Sari's research into machine-enhanced summoning. Nailed it! Thank you. So here we have enough evidence to support a working theory, then. Namely, that the Allagan military was using a clone of the deceased Sari to perform hazardous experiments. Tests which explored the feasibility of aetherochemically bolstered summoning magics. And when we landed on Seal Rock, we must have somehow awoken the remnants of those experiments. This theme and like the battle version of this theme at the end of every at the end of the job quests is like one of my favorite tracks in this game. Like without a doubt. And I think it's because of this melody, the I don't know, something about that just is really good. Mayhap we have solved the mystery of who the attacker was, but now I would know the place to where he fled. What refuge exists for such a being? From what I can gather, the results of Sari's work were bundled off to some secret laboratory called the Aetherochemical Research Facility. Oh! Well, we know where that is. You know of this place, sir? Is it far? Yeah, it's a bit of a trip. It's the place in Heavensward where we saw Tiamat, isn't it? Yeah, Azisla. If that's where they were keeping Sari's research, then it's possible the clone may have headed there. Our squad will fly back to Seal Rock and make further investigations. The relics of the past may hold some hint we haven't yet considered. An excellent idea, thank you. We shall return to Gridania for the time being. I think it's also because, like, there are definitely some, like, that music works really well for, like, I feel the Summoner job quest and the Black Mage job quest end and the Warrior job quest end, where there's always, like, these tragic scenarios that we're trying to overcome. I don't know how it works for the others, but yeah. And yeah, the Stormblood dungeon boss theme is also really good. It uses the same Storm of Blood chorus that, or choir, sorry, choir chant that the intro uses as well. Finally got all my Alex Part 2 gear and I'm moving on to patch 3.3. Damn, you're gonna be caught up to me at this rate. Though I suppose you're not sitting here, like, you know, kind of speculating on the story and that, so of course you're getting through this faster than me. I've received an update from Captain Wolf regarding their investigations on Seal Rock. It would seem that, that certain of the Allagan relics have shown signs of recent activation. The mechanisms were too heavily damaged to offer more in the way of useful information, however. I fear we must brave the Azisla facility to and search for Sari ourselves. Is that what he was hoping for when you said I would be waiting? I have a plan and progressing accordingly. Yeah, fair enough. It is possible. I did not think the detail important at the time, but the lock engaged by Master Sari's simulacrum was not of the strictest tier. Rather, the seal is one which fades upon the sealer's demise. Then he was goading us into finding and defeating him? Another challenge? Or is it simply a trap? Making new main has been so taxing. Yeah, I can imagine. Like, as much as I do want to actually make like multiple characters in 14, it's obviously not going to be fun. Not going to be a real fun time going through MSQs again. Gird yourself for the worst, Aldine, and I will learn the present circumstances of the research facility. Yeah, that was kind of a nothing quest, honestly. An art for the living. Oh boy. There he is. I'm already halfway through level 68 too, Jesus. Alright, so... no, not Hingashi. There we go. Not doing that again for level 60, I'll go back and get them later. Oh, I grinded every level 50 gear set except for Coil before starting HW. Oh, Jesus, okay. Woof. Oh my god, why? Actually, this would be a good opportunity to, like, cut through the unknown land and try and get some Aether points for the collection. I mean, you're not wrong. I would honestly probably do that later on, but then again, I don't know what gear I'm looking for, to be honest, so... And I'm more a person that settles into, like, one set of gear for one person, so, like, or one character, rather. Well, I mean, that's probably job, so, like, probably a little bit different in this game, but... 427 West, well, I'm gonna head there now. Oh, fuck off, really? Basically getting Raid, Alliance Raid, Job, and Tombstone gear. Fair enough. Are you finding it easy to get through, like, the... Are you actually doing, like, Alliance Raids and stuff like that to get, like, the currency to get all that stuff? Or are you just grinding, like, good sources of Tombstones? 160 Southwest. Oh. Hi. Kaidai. I'm getting the tomes in the process of getting the rest of the gear. Right. Excuse me? Gira Makala? That is not a Gira Makala I am used to. Sorry, I had, like, fucking, Persona flashbacks there for a second. No, buzz off. Go away. Should, yeah. Well, no, I didn't think you were doing it for all of them. Like, that would take so fucking long. If you were doing it for other jobs, like... 122 north. Oh, that's probably the one that's on the bowl. So, no thank you. Caught back up, I might, when in content droughts. Yeah, that's usually the thing. Or at least in WoW, when content droughts happen, I'd be leveling up other characters and gearing up other characters for current content, going through it in different roles and stuff like that. Should still be looking. Ooh, 295 south. Yeah, but then again, I'm still not sure how much of this game I'm really going to play outside of, like, getting to the end of the story, getting through all the job quests and stuff like that, because obviously I'm interested in this from a narrative perspective, but I don't know how often, like, my mates who raid play. I don't know, like, you know, how often there is content and stuff like that. Like, I haven't gone through all of that to be able to say, would I stay subbed all the time and just playing it off and on? I don't know. I mean, to some degree, if I got, like, reasonably popular, like, streaming it, then I'd go through a lot of the story content, because that's what I like to focus on here. But you can honestly play once a week to cap your tomestones and do your weekly stuff. Oh, yeah, for sure, but, like, do I feel like that's worth my money? You know? It's a lot less about, I think yeah, that's probably going a bit too deep west. Also, these look like, I was gonna say Naga, but not quite. Yeah, it's like how much of that would actually hold my attention. And really, the really big thing about it is, do I want to dedicate that much time to it? Because there is a lot of grinding in this game, especially if I want to do something like relic quests for any, well, especially if I'm doing any sort of raiding with a static, and if I'm doing anything like relics and stuff. It is for me, this is probably going to be the first game I play on the PS5. Yeah, fair enough. But, like, I already wasted... well, not wasted. I already spent, like, 3.5, 4 years playing WoW. And one of the reasons I started streaming was because I wanted to catch up with my game backlog, right? And, you know, playing an MMO is not conducive with that, as it turns out. I feel like we're going to be going there at some point. That's fine. Well, yeah, and, like, I was among the hardcore for WoW, because, like, I was doing mythic raiding, like, not like top US 100 or anything remotely like that, but, like, you know, pretty fast oceanic. But that eventually became too much for me. Well, it didn't become too much for me, but, like, I was slowly realizing that, like, so many other things that I want to do that require a lot of time of me were not progressing because I was spending so much time playing one game. You know, 14 is designed so that people let their sublapse between patches and come back for new content. Oh, for sure, but, like, if you're doing, like, the top, like, you know, savage raids and stuff like that, you're generally not doing that a lot unless your shippy wants the community to play other games. Well, sure, but, like, in terms of how feasible it is to get to the end of content when you're not, like, very top tier rating and stuff like that, like, that's another question entirely, and that's something I have to feel out for myself. What I'm really saying is that I like, even if it's designed that way, right, depending on my level of execution and the people I end up with playing with, like, that could take a lot longer, such that I may as well not ever be not subbed. And the other thing is that I have a game that's already like that, and that's PoE. So, like, balancing two of those, PoE is something I can throw, like, a week into, and then that's it, you know? I end up playing, like, you know, 4 weeks of that game total, but it's still time. Lise would like very much to know what that Hien and Gosetsu are alright. You don't think they No, of course not. High-end Ningasetsu will come out any minute now. I suppose we could chat a little while we wait. Oh, so the other day, I said to Alice, I said... I said to Alice, I said... The most cliche filler line of all time. Yeah, well, that's exactly it. And it depends on what I want to do and what I feel is, like, feasible. But obviously the prospect of so much content is a thing. Something I need to be careful of.
Mission accomplished. Everything still in one piece?
More or less, aye. That mountainous monstrosity came as quite a surprise. Who knew that the steppe held such secrets?
I see the two of you emerged similarly unscathed. Well then, by my reckoning, there is naught left to prevent us from taking part in the Naadam.
Smash. Uh-oh. Hi, friends. Can we help you?
You! Yea, you who have walked Bardam's metal. Newborn warriors of the steppe. Our Khan demands an audience. You will come.
I remember those clothes. He's Oranir, isn't he? What should we do?
Ordinarily, I would politely decline, but this may be an opportunity to assess their strength. And we do have some time before the Naadam begins. If it all goes to plan, they will be fighting for us soon enough. What say you? Shall we go and greet our comrades-to-be?
I don't think you should be saying that so loudly, Hyen.
Whatever happens, we shouldn't keep Cyrano and the others waiting. Let's be ready to make a swift exit, alright?
We accept your Khan's generous invitation. Lead the way.
Oh. Han. I get it. I suddenly realized what this is meant to be referencing. Yeah, so I assume we're in the city and the... Yeah. Oh well, I can go and get that Aether point now. We're expecting the next X-Pack to be announced in Feb. Oh yeah, I've heard that 5.4 is meant to be coming in December, if I recall.
Two banners. So it's not just Oranir we're dealing with.
Is that true? Huh. Yeah. So I'm really hoping I can at least be well into Shadowbringers before 5.4 comes out. Yeah, early December is the wind down. Yeah. So yeah, like, I feel like I'm going at a decent pace so far.
Brother Magni, we have brought the ones you seek.
But I guess we'll find out. Hi.
You conquered Bardam's metal.
As warriors of the Mole, aye. You are the Khan here, yes? Why have you summoned us? Mayhap to propose a joint endeavor?
Yeah, that'd be interesting. I'm assuming it'd be a ranged DPS, just given the numbers, excluding Blue Mage, because Blue Mage is a thing. And yeah, from what I heard, people were really disappointed that they didn't get another healer, and apparently Yoshi P responded with like, yeah, we understand, we're gonna try and get that next time. So, that'll be interesting. I'm super curious to see, like, expansion changes, too, because obviously I haven't been privy to them playing what is effectively Shadowbringers version of Summoner. So I'm really curious to see what changes are made, like, expansion to expansion.
Nay, Doman, we shall not speak as equals. Born of the sun are Orenir, and born of the earth are you.
Oh.
When I learned of trespassers, I bade my warriors take their measure, to flay them if they failed.
Ranger's probably getting a limited job, Beastmaster at some point. That'd be cool, and also in line with Blue Mage in terms of utilizing monsters against them, and similarly being limited.
But if by the grace of Azim they should survive their trials and emerge anointed, then bring them hither to pay tribute. Tribute, should it prove satisfactory, shall earn you the favor of the sun. His beloved shall bask in his radiance, and their supplications be duly considered.
Right, so this is the only way we're going to participate in the Naadam. People are anticipating Geomancer, Chemist, or Time Mage. Is Time Mage offensive? Because I feel like you could make that a healing thing. If you were clever enough about it. But I don't know if it's mechanically deep enough to really do that. Chemist probably makes more sense as a... almost like a dual DPS healer spec. But, oh no, but then I guess healers are all DPS to some degree. Not like, wow, I need to keep getting myself out of that headspace.
So you want us to bow down and serve you? What if we don't feel like it?
The defiant will suffer in shadow. It would be an affront to the resplendent Azim himself to refuse this generous offer when by rights you should be condemned. But in lieu of tribute...
Oh, Geomancer was a healer in 11. Okay, yeah. That would... I imagine that would have a similar kind of idea behind... Or it would have a similar idea to the one behind Restoration Shaman.
Swear fealty to the sun. Pledge to him your body and soul. Promise to serve him unto death, and you may know his glory.
No.
A generous offer granted to but few. Though perchance this is too merciful. It seems our brothers of the Bodiga want you. The men only. Like the Borlak and women. Though you know them not either, I'm sure. No matter. All you need know is that you will serve one way or another.
Yeah, so the way that Restoration Shaman works is like they use a lot of water effects. They also use like Earth Shield to put like damage reductions on people. They use like they use fire and stuff to... In FF Tactics, your spell differed depending on the terrain you fought on. Okay, it's not quite that complicated. I would guess that FF14 is probably not going to do that, but I would imagine it's kind of an amalgam of them, right? Where like water is healing, earth is defensive, and fire is your damaging / proc things, right? Where you kind of gain like elemental fury, empower other spells and stuff like that, I would imagine. It's kind of a similar thing that Restoration Shaman had. So, yeah. Fucking no.
That much does indeed seem plain. However, as we are but newborn warriors who know little of your customs, we struggle to conceive of ways in which we might be of service to the most gracious and illustrious sun.
You make mock of us, Doman. Do not do so again.
Bro, I will
You
blow
be
you off
given
this
a
stone
task.
tower.
It will be difficult. You will carry it out. When you have accepted this, you may ask me what it is.
Probably not like tactics. Yeah. That obviously wouldn't work in an MMO context, because it's just like, oh, you're on Earth. You can only use Earth spells. All of your Earth kit is damage reduction. Absolutely no healing. Good luck. Wow, I hate this guy. I hope we get to fight him personally so I can grind him into fucking dirt. So you're the first to step forward. Bold. Or reckless. I see why Dukal favors you. The Naadam approaches, and the Oronir will reign supreme once more. Such is the will of Father Azim. They use bells for weapons. Huh. Well, I mean, WoW doesn't have a thing like that, so, like, staves. Fist weapons in some cases. Yet only fools think to triumph by the grace of the gods alone. We are not fools. Your task will be to aid us in our preparations. Batu will tell you the rest. I very much dislike you, and I cannot wait to trounce you in this competition. Hey. That fits a little better now. Hi. Batu shall tell you how you might serve the Oronir. I'm really excited for the monk rework in 5.4. Is it significant, or...? Warriors of the Steppe, by the grace of our most radiant brother, you will not die this day, but instead be granted the opportunity to contribute to our cause. Rejoice, for this is a great honor indeed. Serve well, and you will be rewarded. Question. You keep calling Magni your most radiant brother. You're not related or something, are you? Lise, oh my fucking god. Stop. No hard deeds yet other than changing Grease Lightning to a trait. I don't know what that means. But it sounds like one less complicated button from Bloat, if I were to guess. All Oronir are descendants of Father Azim. But if you mean to ask if our mothers are one and the same, then no. The most radiant is the elder brother to we younger, the strongest and most deserving of respect. No more interruptions. Your duties are as follows. You, the Red Woman, you will milk our beasts to... Wow, really? Okay, wow, I can't wait to crush every single last one of you. Like, I know I'm just sitting here trying to tell, like, you know, Lise to be culturally sensitive and all that, but the idea that you would just put us to work because we appear to be strong enough and, like, humiliate us into serving you or not talking with the mole is like, okay, no. No. That's off the table now. To grow strong, one must be well fed, and we have great need of kumis and cheese. Is that it? I mean, I'm not happy about all this, but I suppose I can go along for now. You, the one who lumbers as a mountain. An old warrior, I see. We have arms and armor in need of repair. Go and speak with our menders. I have no talent for delicate work, but if that is your wish, then so be it. You, the insolent fool. As for you... This one carries the fire. The Buduga would take his measure. Seek my comrade outside tending to the stores. He will give you your task. You will know him by his cloth. Unlike they of the yellow, we are of the green. I, for one, would welcome the opportunity to learn more of the Buduga and their ways. It would be an honor. We shall speak of your task outside, with me. It's really handy that I just got this, wizard, like, explicitly wizard's robe, right before this all began, because now I can look like a complete tit amongst all of the other fucking warriors in this place. Just gonna grab this, by the way. Oh, you know what? I should set this to the free destination, so I can return there a bit more often. Alright, what the fuck am I doing? Your name, foreigner? Aldine, then. You are to dive into Azim Cut, below the Dawn Throne, and gather swordgrass from the lake bed. It is an invaluable ingredient in many medicines. 8 bundles will you bring. You will need to dive deep to obtain that which you seek, but that shall pose no trouble for a true warrior, no? Some say that the dominion of the Dawnfather and the Duskmother does not extend beneath the water, but ours does. Indeed, the Oranir fear naught above nor below. Speak with the guard to descend. We shall speak again when you have finished. Within context, writing on this Yol through everyone in here is actually amazing. Because everyone's just like, oh yeah, okay, I can do this menial task. Here, I'm gonna summon the bird that makes me a warrior of this place. Okay, bye. Like, you get a stack of Grease Lightning for completing a combo, and it makes your GCD faster and a damage buff, if I remember correctly. Wait, and that's not a trait? Like, that already sounds like a passive. What would making it a trait accomplish? Shouldn't it already be one? Yes, I know who you are. You wish to go below? Yes. Thank you. Oh, okay. So it's... yeah, I understand. Alrighty then. Let's get to it. I hope all of this shit we're doing right now actually comes up explicitly in the battle. Like, suddenly they have medicine and heal themselves. Also, like, it really bothers me that I can literally upskirt myself. Like, I don't know if I should be, but, like, after playing WoW for years and, like, having that basically, like, void out anything that could potentially be seen as lewd, like, seeing me tumble through that dungeon and actually seeing, like, oh no, you can see right up there, was, how do you think I feel? Yeah, it's, I mean, it's, It's a design choice. Which, funnily enough, actually makes me more happy that I gave all of the jobs and classes that would wear those to this guy, and all of the other characters aren't. Tanks get a lot of skirts. Really? Warrior I could buy, but, like, Gunblade, or, sorry, Gunbreaker, Dark Knight, and Paladin? Really? Oh, I guess some of them would be generic tank sets, so, like, that would make some sense, but... Huh. I mean, honestly, that's like good in one way, because like you're not just restricted to only like huge fucking chunky armor with no variation, but within the context of being able to literally upskirt every character in the game wearing one. Don't know about that one, Chief. Pathway was there, wasn't it? Yeah, there we go. Really? Is it? Oh no, there is stairs here. I was gonna say that seems like a really dumb design decision if they didn't let you get up on the side of this thing. Mm-hmm. Easy grass. He returns, and with sword grass in hand. So named for its long, narrow shape, this plant thrives in the depths of Azim Cut. Or Azim Hut, sorry, because the K is silent in the KH. Wow, shoulder pauldrons, lie my ass off. Yeah, I mean... yeah. Like, the funny thing is that outside of, like, the chest area and the helmet, they're, like, one of the places that you can get really, like, fancy and free with the design, which is why some of those shoulders become so big, right? Like, obviously for plate classes, they look just bulky and fucking shit, but, like, Warlocks always have, there are a couple of sets of Warlock and Caster shoulders that have, like, things growing off you, and it's really fucking cool. And, like, you know, I joke about, fuck, what did I say? Wow, Warcraft 40k of, like, the crown, the king of, or the leader of, sorry, the emperor of, the Imperials having, like, literal 40k armor, but, like, things coming off shoulders and stuff like that is a really great way to create, like, a really defined silhouette, but also, like, really make pieces of armor stand out, especially when it comes to, like, rewarding mythic, rating and stuff like that. I mean, obviously it gets too absurd at some point, but, like, fuck it, character design, who gives a shit? As long as it looks expressive and interesting, it's fine. It's fine, in my opinion. That you would immerse yourself in the depths is a testament to your bravery. Well done. Lest you wonder, we will use it to prepare potions to induce paralysis. In the Naadam, we must use every means to at our disposal to delay our foes. He who inscribes his deeds upon the sacred ground shall be declared the victor. However, none may know this place until the Gaal have scattered the soil. It matters not. We shall be swift as stallions and fierce as baras. The steppe will be ours once more. Your tribute is accepted. We will return to the most radiant, and you may beg a boon. Yeah, let us leave. That's all we want. The fuck is happening here? They like sumo wrestling? They're definitely like crouched and like arms out like they're about to, but I'm back. Am I to understand you have completed your tasks? 16 deets are online. This is an emergency. I'm probably not going to read much about 16 until a lot more is known about it, to be honest. I try not to get hype. Well, unless I'm already like very invested in a series, I tend not to look into like details unless I'm interested in it from a gameplay perspective. Looks like a blowout piece on the PS blog. Oh, nah, fuck it. Who cares then? You got gameplay deets or not? Fucking come on. Me. That was implied. Am I to understand you have completed your tasks? I know not yours what yours was, but mine was surprisingly simple. They made me carry various goods and sundries from storehouse to storehouse. Alas, it was difficult to learn much with all the Buduga swarming around me. Well, I at least got something. You dove deep into the waters to harvest swordgrass? I see. That is well. Most radiant brother, Magni, we have given you tribute as demanded. Were we to beg leave to depart with our comrades, would you consent? We never intended to press you into our service, and tribute offered in good faith cannot be denied. To grant you naught in return would be an affront to Father Azim. However, the boon must be proportional to the supplications. What you ask far exceeds what you have earned. Ah, good. So you put us into servitude until we can earn our way out. Then if we must remain here, would you at least permit us to learn more of your people and your ways? Why would I even react to that? That's dumb. Tamulin Hatun taught me but a fraction, you see. How this world born of the gods was to be their battlefield, their creations to fight in their stead. How Azim, father of the dawn, he who birthed the sun, and Nama, mother of the dusk, she who birthed the moon, made the Aura. Yet though these children warred for a time, eventually they laid down their arms and came to love one another. And so the gods bequeathed this world to their children and ascended to the heavens whence they came. Why does this story sound so familiar? Fuck. Oh, it's got something to do with what was it? It was Tiamat. We talked about this with Tiamat, I think, or it came up then, where we found out that dragons actually lived on a different planet and came here at some point. So they must be actually talking about literal dragons that came here and then left. They came from Mars. Yes, Mars. In the fictional fucking universe of Final Fantasy, Mars is the planet where all dragons come from. I don't know if you're actually being sarcastic or not, but like I wouldn't fucking yeah, so that's why that sounds familiar, because dragons literally came to this planet at some point, and then some of them presumably left. But then you've got dragons like Tiamat, Nidhogg, Midgard Zoma. I forget his name. Fuck. Which is bad, because he was the one who helped us, but yeah. Those born of the Dawn Father were called the Ryan, and those born of the Dusk Mother were called the Zayla. So it was, and ever after. But I say to you, Brother Magni, how can this be? How can Oronir be the children of Zim if they are Zayla born of Nama? That's a good question. You amuse me, Doman. How you wield your ignorance as a weapon. Very well. I bid you speak with our elders and learn the truth of this world. The blog post is lore and world-building stuff. Looks really interesting. Okay. The one thing I am curious about, just from basically my only experience with Final Fantasy more or less only being 14. Like, I played Tactics Advance when I was a kid, but didn't really get far. I know of 7 and 8 and 10 through osmosis. And 13 a little, because it was shoved in my face in that, but the MC is named Clive and the little boy. And the little boy with my dead name is his younger brother. I mean, you probably shouldn't have said that it was your dead name, because, like... but, yeah. The one thing I am curious about is that it's... I don't really mind. No, fair enough. The one thing that, like, I am curious about, but it's more of a broader Final Fantasy question, I guess, is how, like... In the trailer, people refer to the primals using the same terminology. And, like, obviously, like, Titan, Ifrit, Ultima Weapon, Omega Weapon, Shiva, all of these beings exist in other Final Fantasy games. But the thing I'm curious about is, like, primal has a very specific meaning within 14, and I'm curious if it has a similar meaning in other Final Fantasy games and 16. But, I mean, yeah. I feel like that would be, like, deep lore questions, probably not stuff they're going into in press releases like that, but, yeah. Hyan would know more of your captors and their ways. I know what you're thinking, and yes, I could probably have convinced him to let us go, and had I handled that differently. But then we would have learned more for our troubles. Yeah, I actually completely agree with Hyan's thinking here. We probably should take this opportunity to learn as much as we could. If there is one thing I know, it is that men of faith yearn to share it with others. And in learning more of their beliefs, we may learn more of other things. Things which may prove useful in the Naadam. When I was carrying out my tasks, I met an elder, a storyteller, named Udutai. Mayhap he can be our teacher. Primal has only come up in 14. They call them icons. Oh, icons. No, they've called them icons in 16, haven't they? Or in 14, rather. Which has only come up in 14 before. Aether and Mother Crystals are big pieces of the world building and lore, from what that blog post implies. Yeah, sorry. I misquoted it. They did say icons, and that was only that's been brought up in 14 before. That's the word I was looking for. My bad. What was that? I can spare no time for you. Other troubles demand my attention. What troubles? What ill fortune has befallen you? Not me, but my lambs. Some few wandered far and have yet to return. Mayhap they will return to their mothers in time. Mayhap they will not. Mayhap you can help? If we must, then we must. Let us be about it, Aldine. Four lambs. Alright. This will probably be the last quest I do for tonight. Because it is getting to that time. I'm probably going to be doing some FF14 streams over the long weekend. Probably nighttime ones, like in this period. I don't see anything about multiple playable characters in it, but they at least imply the little brother and the little girl from the trailer are in the party. Yeah, I'm wondering how much party-based it's actually going to be, given that the combat looks a lot more character action oriented. Like, unless it's really gonna follow the blueprint that FF7 Remake kind of made. Which shouldn't surprise me. Like, especially if they got like one of the combat designers from DMC5 on the team. I feel like they're gonna go big into the character action side of things. But it makes me wonder how a party would kind of figure into that. Oh my... Are you... You're doing it like that, hey? There's Hien. High-end, sorry. Hey Charles, how's it going? That's number 2. I'm going to guess that the other 2 are outside the walls, since I basically just did a circle around the whole building. Basically, the major tribe of the place we entered in last stream has coerced us into helping them with some menial tasks because they rule the land. So yeah, this has been fun. Oh shit, that's right, I should get that while I'm here. And you. So, do you wish to hire Franklin? Thank you for taking my name. No, I won't. I'm gonna grab this though. I do have the game configured to be, like, max settings, right? Yeah. Nice. Yeah, I did build a new PC recently, not to play on max for something like this. It's raining hard out here and I have to work outside. Oh, that blows. I hope you have at least a passable day, Charles. That sounds like a pain in the ass. This lore is pretty interesting. I recommend checking the site out during some downtime. Yeah, I might. I don't know. I've got too many games coming through that I want to play, and games that are already released that I want to play, to be really worrying about 16 right now. That sheep sound is really cute. Look while I cook some second dinner. Hey, wrong way. How's it going? One of the kingdoms consider the dominance to be unholy abominations and immediately executes any who awaken them. Interesting parallel. I've had some second dinners before. Hungry though. Well, I could have guessed from second dinner. So I'll be quiet for a bit. Oh no, that's all right. To be fair though, I'm gonna be wrapping up in a few minutes here because it's getting late for me. So I probably won't be too much of a lurking stream, unfortunately. I've had one dinner, yes. But what about second dinner? Yeah. What about midnight snacks? 3 a.m. dinner? The fuck? Greetings. I trust all of our little explorers are safely accounted for. That they are. My thanks to you, Doman. Now, you had questions for me? Pre-dinner, after snack, yeah. God, I wish I could remember those lines more clearly so I could make, like, the dinner equivalent to them. Also, goddamn, like, I wish you could make characters with more, like, prominent, like, draconic features. The ones in the character creator feel not nearly as significant as this, and I'm actually kind of sad about that. I would know more of the Oronier, of their creator and of Father Azim. As you wish. Come, let us sit. I would hope this is voice acted, but oh god, here we go. Last bit of reading for tonight. Before we begin, tell me, what do you know of the Aura and how they came to be? I mean, I know a bit of the history of dragons, but in the days before men waged a bit of war, the Ryan were born of Dawnfather and the Sailor with Duskmother. Yes, yes, common tale, and one believed by many tribes. But what it does not mention is this. Azim and Nama were lovers. Oh, they fought in the beginning, as did their creations, that much is true. But when they saw how the Zayla and the Rain rose above their hatreds and joined hands in harmony, their hearts stirred, and the love their children shared became theirs as well. Alas, he was of the sun and she of the moon. Apart they must remain, lest day and night cease to be, and with them all creation. With sadness in their hearts, they returned to the heavens, he to the day, she to the night, destined to walk before and after, never to meet. As time passed, Azim's yearning for his beloved grew deeper still. Was there truly naught that could be done, he wondered. At last, he knew. If the father cannot be with the mother, then he shall go amongst her children, now and ever after. So it was that Azim took a fragment of his being, and with it fashioned an avatar. Clad in scale of midnight, he descended and sought out the Zayla. Wait. The sun created an avatar clad in scale of midnight? Excuse me? Sort out the Zayla. Yea, he was the first Oronir. We are of his flesh and his blood. We are the children of Azim, and it is our duty to watch over and keep the Zayla safe. I confess, I did not expect the tale of your people's beginning to be quite so romantic. Yet, I must ask, if it is your duty to defend the Zayla, how can you go to war with them in the Naadam? Is that not a contradiction? If a father disciplines his son, does that mean there is no love in his heart? Zayla are not wont to kneel. They must be made to. Only then will they heed reason. I was going to make a different comparison, but apparently they have a very not view on that I thought they did. I see. Such is the way of the steppe. Like, he's got scales as a mustache, for fuck's sake. Like, that's so cool. God damn it. Thank you, Elder, for sharing us with your wisdom. Eager to depart? Here you go. You would do well to hear the end of my tale. Like, that's a mustache. His hair is white. That's, dark like the rest of his scales and stuff. That's cool. When Nama looked down and saw the avatar of Azim, she knew him at once, and she shed tears of love and longing. When they struck the earth, they rose anew, as a counterpart to the Oronir, their fates intertwined. So you see, for every son of Azim is a daughter of Nama, for whom he must search, even now. Mayhap I'm being overly optimistic, but I sense that these Oronir may prove loyal allies to Domo under the right circumstances. Their arrogance is rooted in the belief that they must act as caretakers of all the Zayla. Therefore, if we can prove to them that we come as kindred spirits seeking to defeat a common foe... but mayhap this is a discussion for after we win the Naadam. Come, let us return to Magnai. Alright. I'm gonna see what we've got for this next quest and then probably call it. Whew. shouldn't have poured myself so much coke. Shine with the light of newfound wisdom. Could it be that you have at last accepted the supremacy of the sun? Whew. Phrasing, dude. No matter. You have each completed your tasks and proven yourself deserving of mercy. However, if it is freedom you desire, then there is one more thing you must do. And what is that? Sworn enemies of the sun. Magnai has a task in mind for you and yours. A pity you will not pledge yourselves to the sun. You might have proved useful in the coming Naadam. That's the entire point, my dude. Nevertheless, I will permit you to return and fight for them all. Their cause is futile, with or without your assistance. However, you must first complete a final task, as was my decree. You will reconnoiter the encampment of the I keep forgetting how to pronounce this fucking word. Reconnoiter? I think it is. Oh, god damn it.
Reconnoiter.
Huh. Why is it spelt with an R-E in this and not a E-R? That's weird. Reconnoiter. You will reconnoiter the encampment of the Dothal. For this task, 2 will go, and 2 will remain. Should the 2 who embark upon this expedition choose to flee, or be captured, or killed by the Dothal, then the others will be taken as slaves and serve the sun unto death. Well, I guess that means I'm going. We better not fail then, eh? The question is, who should we send? Me? This is not for you to decide. Well, all of you conquered Bardam's metal and proven yourselves warriors at the steppe. You should all be equally capable of carrying out this task, and therefore you should have no objections. That's trash. Oh, it is going to feel so good wrecking every last one of you in this battle. I cannot fucking wait. First choice of hostage shall be mine, though it is hardly a choice given the circumstances. The Red Woman will remain. Doubtless you are not the moon I seek, but stranger tales have been told, and the men are of no use to me. You may have your pick of the men. As long as it's not me. Yes, yes. High-end, I guess. I wish there was an ellipsis there for me to just stare at that motherfucker. That would have been so good. The Firewalker. Yes, this Doman is my choice. I don't know whether to be flattered or insulted. Yeah, both. I'd hoped to see these undying ones for myself, but it seems it was not meant to be. I know you will be fine, but permit me to wish you luck all the same. We will return soon, my lord. But if the Kami are unkind and we fail in our mission, then do what you must to survive. For Doma. Dothal Ha lies far to the south, where the grass turns to sand. Return with valuable knowledge, and all will be free to rejoin the mole. Now go. Are we being ejected? Oh no, the two of you are right. Alright, Gesetsu. Have no fear, my friend. We shall see them freed soon enough. Let us quit this place and speak of our plans outside. I hope I meet all three of you in battle. That would be fucking great. And I'm personally gonna unload every CD I have at the time on you in particular, you little shit. I know it's unsportsman of me to kind of pick out my target, but, ugh. Creep. At this plane, they hope we will never return. I shall enjoy disappointing them. According to my map, there is a colossal wreck to the south, which should provide a vantage point from which to survey Dothal Ha from afar. Let us go and do just that. Where is he going? Oh yeah, we kind of passed there before. Right. No, I think I'm going to end it there, because I still need to, like... Probably going to highlight this vid before I go to bed and clean my teeth and whatever before I nod off. So, yeah, that's going to be it for me tonight. That Aetheryte was added in a patch. Really? The Aetheryte here? Oh, that fucking sucks. Damn. That's a pain in the ass. Holy shit. Oh, no, on the far left. Oh. Interesting. Yeah, so that's going to be it for me tonight. Tomorrow is going to be Hades. Or tomorrow night is going to be Hades. Crafter and Gatherer stuff. Oh, fair enough. Tomorrow night's going to be Hades. Because I'm probably going to play a lot of 14 over the weekend, since it's a long weekend. There's going to be Ace Attorney during the weekend. That's already on my schedule. I've just got to add some extra nights for when I'm going to do 14. All that should be on my schedule. So, like, tomorrow night is going to be Hades. The morning after that is going to be Ace Attorney, where we're starting Trials and Tribulations, I think it is. The third in the trilogy. And then I'm going to be playing a lot of 14 and hopefully burning through a lot of this, because if I want to get a decent way into Shadowbringers before patches start coming out, I'm going to have to start pulling a lot of hours. Yeah, I think that's about it. Can't really think of anything else special that's happening soon, so, yeah. Anyway, thank you all for watching. I hope you have I forgot, that's the first time I've flubbed my ending thing. Might catch up to you soonish. Yeah, you probably will. Like, I think especially once I get closer to Shadowbringers, I feel like you'll be basically on my heels at that point. But, yeah. So thank you very much for watching, live or on the VODs. I really appreciate it. I hope you all have a lovely day. Before I literally go, I wonder if there's anyone to raid. Nah. Damn. Okay. I'll have to look next time then. Yeah, so once again, thank you very much for watching. I hope you all have a lovely day, and I hope to see you all next time.